Hello dear children. In this video we will discuss about the nature of Indian economy. Okay, so we will have a look at the features and the characteristics of Indian economy. Okay, so how Indian economy is like. Okay, so let us start. Okay, first of all we have to understand about the background of our Indian economy. Okay, so we all know that before the British Empire ruled in India, okay, British rule in India, India used to be referred to as the golden bird of East or simply golden bird. Okay, in Hindi, they used to call Sone ki chidiya. Okay, so because of the British rule in India, India lost its economic heritage. Previously, India was the exporter of spices, exporter of cotton, okay, exporter of many other agricultural products. But when British imperialism was set up in India and they had ruled about 200 years, they plundered our economy. They looted everything. Okay. So when they left our country in the year 1947, at that point of time, Indian economy was, I mean, the condition of the Indian economy was very much pathetic. There were huge number of unemployment. Okay. There was grave, or you can say that intense poverty. Okay, and the agricultural system, or you can say the industry, everything was destroyed what it used to be before. Okay, before this British rule in India. However, after the independence we are recovering, and we have reached many milestones. Okay, so let us see further. Okay, so here are some pictures that I want to show you. When there was partition, so many people they had to go to Pakistan. Okay, many people they went to Pakistan, and many lakhs of people they came from Pakistan to India. So there was a movement of the people, and the situation was very much. I cannot describe in words, but the situation was very, very much serious. Okay, there was no employment, there was no food, there is no education, there is no home for the people to stay. Okay, so there was no health security, okay, food security, okay, job security, or the social security. Okay, so the condition it was very much chaotic, and we all know that India is an economy which is based on the agrarian products. So as an industry or as an economy, India is completely agro based. Okay, it depends upon the agricultural products or the agricultural activities previously, when just after the independence. Okay, but slowly and gradually we are shifting the focus from agriculture, that is the primary activity, to the secondary or tertiary activities. Okay, now slowly and gradually we are shifting to the service sectors. Okay, slowly and gradually we are now moving towards the industry. Okay, manufacture uh, of various types of goods and the services. Okay, so now what are the components of Indian economy? So the components of Indian economy, you can see it out here. This pie chart, this blue color, it actually signifies the agricultural. Okay, so 70 to 75% is occupying by the agriculture. Okay, and the manufacturing industry is only 10%, and the service sector is 15 to 20%. So this is basically the component of your this is basically the occupational structure during the colonial period. Okay, so it was the previous situation. So what are the present components of Indian economy? Agricultural sector, industrial sector, foreign trade, demography, occupational structure, and infrastructure. So these are the components of the Indian economy, okay, at present situation. So whenever we talk about agriculture, we are thinking of the farming, isn't it? This is your farming, isn't it? So here also in this picture you can see. Now industrial sectors, uh, many factories have been set up, okay, and one example it can be your tea production, okay, so that is your industry. Okay, so we have varieties of industry in India, like the automobile industry, okay. We have Suzuki, Hero, TVS, Bajaj. They are producing cars and bikes. So this is one of the industry. Okay. Now, foreign trade. Yes, we are engaged in the foreign trade also. We export as well as we import various types of goods and services. Okay. And demography. So whenever we talk about this demography, we are actually referring to the population. Okay. So varieties of population. I mean, various classes are there in society. Okay, this upper class, middle class, and the lower class. You must have heard in the ration card also, that is APL card, ration card, BPL ration card, isn't it? High class society, middle class society, lower middle class society. Okay, so that is your demography. And we can see out here this occupational structure. However, at the current situation, this has been changed. Okay, and infrastructure. So basically, infrastructure means those elements which facilitates the economic activities. So which includes the examples of infrastructures include transportation, communication, banking system, okay, technology, hospitals, uh, educational institutions, etc. So these are your infrastructure, okay, which facilitates the economic activities. Okay, so now what is the nature of Indian economy at present? So before that, we have to understand that on the eve of the Indian economy, what was the condition? Okay, so in order to understand the present economic situation, you have to understand the economic condition of India on the eve of independence. So I have already mentioned out here that the Indian economic condition was, it was very much pathetic, right? So here I have highlighted few points that Indian economic was a backward economy on the eve of independence. Okay, when the independence it took place in the year 1947, the Indian economy was completely backward. So what we mean by this backwardness? Backwardness in the economic sector. Okay, backwardness in the technology. Okay, backwardness in the industry. Okay, and stagnant. The Indian economy was completely stagnant. Okay, the economic uh, functioning, it all were stopped. Okay, there was no import and there was no export and there was no addition to the capital formation. There was no addition to the GDP also. Okay, however, yeah, there was GDP. Of course, there was, but that GDP, it was negligible. Okay, hence we can say that economy, our Indian economy was stagnant on the eve of independence. Okay, and low per capita income. So I hope you have watched the previous videos and know this term, per capita income. So I don't want to discuss this because it has been already explained in the previous video. Please refer to that video as well as to your textbook. Remember, you must go through the textbook. Okay, that thorough reading is required. Okay. However, in the year 1951, when we adopted the 5-year plan, Indian economy started to grow slowly and gradually. Okay, so this time period between 1947 to 1950, it was completely a disaster for India. Okay, but only after 1951, situation started to be better. Okay, however, still there are few areas in which we need to develop. The government is trying very hard, but still there is poverty in our country. Okay, there is the problem of unemployment. Okay, still there are some group of people who are having low per capita income. Okay, and their standard of living is very poor. Okay, so we can say that Indian economy is a developing economy. So still, as I already said, that since 1951 we are trying to grow more and more. Hence, we are a developing economy. We have not reached that maximum point, or you can say the maximum height in that economic standard. Okay, we have not reached that level. Okay, so what are the indicators which explain us or which tells us that Indian economy is a developing economy? So this concept of national income was also explained. However, let me just tell you in brief that uh, to understand national income, uh, just refer to the GDP, okay? Because national income is quite a bigger term, okay? It's far better than GDP, in fact, okay? And it is a broader term, okay? Because in GDP, if you include NFIA, that is the net factor income from abroad, okay? Or sometimes it can be NFTA also, that is net factor income to abroad, okay? So uh, if you include GDP plus this NFIA or NFTA, then you will get the national income. Okay, so that is the basic formula of the national income. Okay, so don't try to understand national income in that broader concept, but just decrease the level of this understanding up to GDP. Okay, so this GDP stands for the gross domestic product. So within the territory of India, whatever the goods and the services that are being produced in one particular year, okay, that is only termed as GDP. Okay, so GDP is growing. It is growing. So in the year 1950-51, you can see that there is the this is the growth rate of real GDP. Okay, was 3.5. However, in the year 1718, it became 7.2. Okay, so you can see out here, don't refer to this national income or this gross domestic capital formation or gross domestic savings. Okay, you may not understand this concept at this time, but just refer to this point, that is the GDP, actually the growth rate of GDP is increasing. Okay, it has been increased since 1951. However, in the year 1920 and 2021, because of the pandemic situation, we couldn't see much growth. But recently, you must have heard that there is a positive growth of GDP by 20.4%. Now imagine 20.4 is the growth rate of GDP in the first quarter. Okay, that is in the month of April, May, and June. We have seen that. Okay, we have observed this. So let us see what happens in the second quarter of this financial year. Okay, now the composition of national income. So again, refer to the composition of GDP. Previously, the composition of the GDP was primarily it was based on the agricultural products. Okay, the maximum output was from the agriculture sector. But now, at this current situation, at present, agriculture output has been decreased, whereas the manufacturing and the service sectors have increased. Okay, so that is the composition of the national income, or you can say the composition of GDP, because we already have discussed that GDP is the sum total of goods and services that is produced within the domestic territory of India. So previously, the maximum product was from the agriculture sector. Okay, you have seen this already in this pie chart previously. So this blue area was from the agriculture. Okay, and this uh, I believe it is red color. Okay, and this green one, so this is from the manufacturing sector, and this one is the service sector. So this area, it has now increased. Now the composition of the national income has been now changed. Okay, the structure of the national income has changed. Okay, at present situation. Now there is upward trend in output. Yes, obviously there is upward trend in output. Even in the agricultural sector, we can see that there is upward trend in output. We are producing more. Okay, and in the telecommunication also, if you can see this Airtel Limited. Okay, they uh, they have provided service so much in our country that this agriculture sorry this Airtel is also providing the service in the country South Africa also. Okay, and TVS and Bajaj, they supply or they manufacture two-wheelers for the African countries. So there is upward trend in output, and we are producing more and more. Hence, we are able to export varieties of goods and services. Let me just give you an example of locks. Okay, we all know that lock. Okay, that tala we say, isn't it? So in Aligarh, there is a place. I forgot the name of the place. Out there, varieties of locks are produced, and we export to the foreign countries. So we can say that there is the upward trend in output of various types of goods and services. Now we have also seen the change in the agricultural structure also. Previously, there was the primitive method. Okay, so this is a this one. Okay, when you are plowing the field, so they are using the animals, isn't it? They are using the cows. Okay, and sometimes buffaloes also are on the scene sometimes. But at present, we are using the tractors. We are using the harvesters. Okay, we are using high yield variety seeds. We are using fertilizers. We are using pesticides, insecticides. So uh, there is change in the agricultural system also. Okay, and you can see in this particular picture that these ladies are planting this paddy. Okay, this is the rice field. So you can see out here this water supply is actually provided through the rain. Okay, but in such areas where there is less rain and no water can be accumulated or supplied, they supply through the water pumps. So we are using the modern technologies in the field of agriculture also. Okay, hence there is change in the structure of the agricultural system. Okay, now changes in the industrial scenario. Yes, there is change in the industrial scenario. There is. Uh, the first iron ore steel factory was set up in Jamshedpur. Okay. Now you must tell me in the group, or you can send me the personal message also, where Jamshedpur is situated at. Okay, just tell me that. And we have another big name in the field of iron ore steel industry, that is SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited. Okay, and we have Bharat Petroleum Limited. Okay, we have uh, this Reliance industry. It's a big industry. Okay, Reliance has taken a very big place, or you can say it has reached that big position. Okay, and we also have seen this Aditya Birla Group of Industries. Okay, so slowly and gradually there is change in the industrial scenario. Okay, we are increasing. Okay, we are producing the chemicals, we are producing vaccines also. And you must know that India is one of the biggest hub of medicines and the vaccines. That is why the medicine is very cheap in India. We buy a paracetamol tablet for rupees 1, isn't it? Only for rupee 1 we purchase that paracetamol tablet. This is the minimum price, 1 rupee. It's available in the medical shops. But the same, if you want to purchase in America, it will be more. Okay, you have to pay almost uh, 2 to 3 or 4 to 5 rupees per paracetamol tablet. So India is actually building up its industrial sectors. Okay, it is reaching the new horizon. And at present, there is increase in the savings and as well as in the capital formation. Okay, so previously, you can see out here in this particular picture, can you see, sorry, can you just say that these people, they have saved huge amount of money. They have no home, they have no food. Okay, so they have no clothes to wear. So this is what they have, this is what their property. But at the present situation, we are saving. Okay, different people, they save different amount of money. Okay, some save in terms of thousands, some saves in terms of lakhs and in crores, but we are saving. Okay, and the same saving can be invested in the economy, and that is termed as your capital formation. Okay, and there is the expansion of the infrastructure also. And you all know that by infrastructure we mean those elements or agents which facilitate the economic activities, which includes transportation, communication, technology, banking system, etc., etc. Okay, so there was no road before. You must have noticed that in your village area, in some, you can ask your parents, they will tell you better. You can just ask them. Okay, so how was this place was like say 30 years back or 20 years back. Okay, some people will say that there was no road out here, but now there is road. Okay, and there was no electricity before, but we have the electricity now. Okay, and in some places there were no network connectivity. Okay, there was no communication system, but today we have the communication system. We are using mobile phones, and we are connected to the world using varieties of social media platforms. Okay, so we are expanding in the field of infrastructure also. Okay, we are building, we are constructing roads. Okay, we are joining the two or more than two cities together. Okay, uh, if you go to Delhi by road, there is an expressway that's called the Yamuna Expressway, Yamuna Highway Expressway. Okay, so you have to pay some toll tax, maybe 200 or 250, I don't know exactly. So that road, it connects to Delhi. So that is the fastest road. There are other roads also, but that is the fastest road. Okay, and we are increasing the number of ATMs also these days. Okay, we are expanding the banking sector. So there is the expansion of infrastructure in our country. Okay, science and technology. Okay, so we are progressing slowly and gradually. You all must have heard that ISRO, okay, when it launched the first satellite, okay, they had no uh, facility, they had no car or van to carry that load of satellite. So they uh, transport it using a bullock cart. Okay, that the first name of the satellite was Aryabhat. Okay, so ISRO, it launched previously, but at present we have become more advanced. Okay, there is our own technology now. You must have observed, most probably your parents, by the way, we could not manufacture mobile phones in our country. We used to import from China and other countries, basically from China only. But at present, we are manufacturing mobile phones in our country. If you just check your mobile phone and just at the back, it will be written made in India. We are producing, we are manufacturing laptops in our country. Okay, we are manufacturing uh, varieties of things. And how it is this possible? It is all possible because of the improvement in the science and the technology. Okay, we have become more advanced than before, you can say. Okay, and we are spending huge amount of money for the research and development also. And we all know that ISRO, it comes second. It comes it is actually in number 2. Okay, next to NASA. Okay, and we, yes, obviously we have progressed in the field of educational and health facilities. You must have noticed that last year many foreign tourists who were stuck in India because of the pandemic situation, they had their treatment in India only. Okay, uh, Kerala or Karnataka, I don't know exactly. Out there, we have the eminent doctors. Okay, they are more experienced, and the this health facilities have been improved. However, still we need to work more on it. We need to invest more, but the health facilities have been improved if you compare it with the situation of 1951. Okay, and there is progress in the educational sector also. Okay, in the field of education also we have improved. There is now sorry there are now 40 central universities across the country. 40 central universities. So uh, we have private universities, we have public universities. Okay, just like North Bengal University, okay, Sikkim University. Okay, and we have varieties of colleges. Previously there were no colleges, but slowly and gradually the colleges are being set up. Okay, and just like in case of schools also. Okay, and we are providing better education in our country. And we have this NCRT, which makes the syllabus and the regulations. Okay, we have different types of boards like CBSE board, our CISCE board. Okay, then we have state boards, and other. You can say that there is a tie-up with the foreign boards also. Okay, so we are providing the world-class education in our country, and yes, we are speaking English language. We are learning and writing in English. So what is this actually? This is actually the progression. Okay, now you can have a look at this chart. It will tell you better way that previously death rate was 27.4. Now in the year at present situation it is just 6.3. So you can see it out here that this death rate has been decreased. And why it is so? Because of the improvement of the health facilities. Okay, now in education also, if you can see it out here, previously it was 18%, now it is 76% because of the improvement in the educational sector. Okay, so see, you can see out here number of doctors per lakh, sorry, per 1 lakh population. It was 17, but now it is 80. So there is the improvement in our Indian economic system. Okay, basically you can say that there is improvement in the Indian economy. Okay, so now let us see and try to understand that, however, India is a developing economy, but still it has remained underdeveloped. So what is developing economy, what is developed economy, and what is underdeveloped economy, we have already discussed in the previous chapter, so I don't want to go into it. Okay, so what are the indicators of this underdeveloped economy? Okay, so what are the reasons? Okay, what are the measures that define Indian economy as an underdeveloped economy? Number one, per capita income of India is one of the lowest in the world. It is not just the lowest, but it is one of the lowest in the world. Okay, and if you compare the per capita income of Bangladesh, Indian per capita income, I mean the India's per capita income is less than the Bangladesh. So it's very what to say, it's very hilarious, and it's quite disturbing also. You may feel sad about it, but this is the reality. Okay, and there is existence of gross inequalities. Yes, there exist the gross inequalities in our country. Okay, varieties of inequalities are there. Now the inequalities on the basis of the gender. Okay, inequalities on the basis of the caste. Okay, and also the inequalities on the basis of economy. Okay, some people earn more, some people earn less. Okay, so you can see that there is a gap between the rich and the poor section of the society. So this gap between this rich section and the poor section of society is known as the economic gap. Okay, so there is the economic gap in our country. Now there is massive poverty also. Yes, there is massive poverty in our country. So many people, they still live in slums, and many people, they have no home to stay. Okay, that's why you may have seen beggars in your area. If you come down to Siliguri, or if you go to any other places, you can see thousands and thousands of beggars. Okay, and still the Indian economy is still an agrarian economy. So by agrarian economy, we mean that type of economy which is completely based on the agriculture. Okay, and we have huge number of population. Maybe we have become the number one in the world. We are ranked number two. Okay, as per the census of 2011. Okay, 130 crores. So that number, it has been it has increased by now. So maybe it's 140, 150. Maybe we have beat the China. So this is one of the major problem of our economy, that there is large number of population. Okay, and also there is the large magnitude, or you can say the large number of unemployment and underemployment. Okay, by unemployment we mean a situation in which the population or the people, they have no job, okay, who wants to work, but they are not getting any job. And because of this no job situation, there will be the poverty. Okay, so there is a situation of underemployment also. Now by underemployment, uh, we mean a measure of employment and labor utilization in the economy. Okay, and that looks at how well the labor force is being used in terms of skills, experience, and availability to work. It refers to a situation in which individuals are forced to work in pay, sorry, forced to work in low payment. So it is a situation in which the workers are working in a low wage rate. So this is called underemployment. Okay. Now scarcity of capital. So whenever we refer to this capital, we refer in terms of money value. Okay, as well as in the stock of fixed capital goods. Okay, so there is a scarcity of the investment, you can say, basically in our country, because so many people like Vijay Mallya and Nirav Modi, these people, they have looted the bank. Okay, they had taken loan, and they told after some point of time that they have become bankrupt. Okay, bankrupt, and they cannot pay their loan. They cannot return their loan. Okay, they cannot pay back. So there is huge number of NPA in our country. Okay, by NPA we refer to the non-performing assets. Okay, so because of that also there is the scarcity of capital in our country. Okay. Now use of traditional and outdated methods of production. Still in the remote areas, or you can say the village areas, there is the continuous usage of the traditional and outdated methods of production. Still in the village areas you can see the people using the animals for agriculture purpose. Okay, they are not using the technology. Still we are following the same in some areas, okay, in some places. And poor quality of human capital. Yes, so by this human capital, uh, we refer, okay, so let me just show you out here if there is anything. Okay, it's not given out here. Okay, so let us just see. Okay, poor quality of human capital. Okay, so humans can also be referred to as the capital. Okay, because they provide the service. Okay, because they have something, that's why they are referred as the capital. Okay, because the humans have the ability to perform the task, hence they are engaged in the economic activities. People who are unskilled, okay, or you can say who are not much have taken their education. Okay, they have not much given their education, or you can say basically the illiterate people, they work as the labor in the factory, and they work in the tea garden. Okay, who have zero education, or you can say they have minimum level of education, they are working in the tea garden areas. Okay, they are working. And some people who are also working in our country, but they don't have much that of productivity. Okay, you can say that way. Okay, hence we can say that there is the poor quality of human capital. People are skilled, yes, they are skilled, they are educated, okay, they are working, okay. uh, those who are educated, they are working as the managers in the tea garden, okay, they are working as managers in the factory, they are working as HR in the companies, okay. But there is the poor quality of the human capital. They are not much skilled as compared to the developed countries, okay. Now India is a rich country inhabited by poor people. Yes, India, it is a rich country, but it is inhabited by the poor people. If you go to any temple, you will find beggars are all around, isn't it? And even if you go to the railway platform areas, you can find that those people are there who have no home or jobs. They just sit down out there and they ask for the money. So they beg for the money. They beg for food, they beg for clothes, etc. So there is huge number of poor people in our country. Hence, we have already discussed out here in this point that there is massive poverty and large magnitude of unemployment and underemployment. Hence, because of this, people still remain the poor. And this poorness, okay, if you want to discuss about the poorness, this the condition of the of being poor is actually relative. Okay, the people who are living, we just have this in mind normally. Whenever we think of poor people, we think of those people who live in the village areas, isn't it? No, that's completely wrong. Poor people can also live in the city areas, or you can say the metro city areas also. The people are living in the condition of being a poor. So this state of poor is actually relative. Okay. Now, there is a shortage of transport network and financial institutions. Yes, still there is the shortage of transport network in our country. Still there is, because of the lack of transport facilities in our country, many people they die. Okay, there is road, but it has not been constructed properly. Okay, so there is this lack in the transport facilities and the financial institutions. By financial institutions, we mean those organizations or those places from where you can get the finance, from where you get the loan. Okay, for example, bank. Low standard of living. Yes, we live in the low standard of living. This is our condition. Maximum people, I mean the maximum Indian people, they live under this condition. If you compare the standard of living of American people, those who are in Netherlands, those who are in London, okay, Amsterdam, then be it in Sydney, okay. If you compare it with this New Zealand, okay. If you compare with the people of the lifestyle of Korean people and the Japanese people, then you can find that Indian people, they have the low standard of living. And because of the low standard of living, we live in a low quality of life. Okay. There are mosquitoes around. Okay. There are some insects. Okay. The cockroaches, they are lying. Okay. They are just roaming around in the kitchen areas. Okay. We have no medical facilities. Okay. Maybe the quality of the food that we are eating may not be that good. Okay. Because of the usage of the chemicals. But if you go to the foreign country, if you go to USA, you will find that there are no cockroaches or any kind of insects in the house. Okay, the quality of the food that they are eating is 100% genuine. Okay, in India, actually, what people do is, because of the gray market in India, okay, we are not able to use the quality products. Okay, uh, the salt that we eat, okay, that we add into our food, maybe some salt are not of the genuine quality. Okay, they say out here that this salt is iodized. Okay, but the salt may not be iodized. Okay, the vegetables that you are eating, okay, you may find it to be very much tasty, but they may have used the chemicals, and the fruits all are produced using the chemicals. So because of the consumption of such items, we will be in the low quality of life. Okay, that the survival uh, time span, okay, the duration of the time span, I mean the lifespan will be decreased. Okay, there is smoke all around. Okay, so this is the quality of the life that we are having in our country, that is India. Okay, now the social structure and the value system is completely, yeah, it's rigid, and this is not good. For example, that you are a Hindu person and you must not befriend with any Muslim, and a Hindu guy cannot marry a Muslim girl. So this system, however, in our hills, it is not so much seen. But if you go to the states like Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, okay, and Haryana, they are rigid. They are fixed to that to their customs and the traditional values. Unfavorable, okay, yes, the system is unfavorable and are not conducive to economic development. Yes, it is 100% true. It is 100% true. You must have noticed this uh, last year, I think. Yes, it is the last year, by the way. There was a rumor that some animal uh, products or some kind of animal chemicals are also used for the production of the vaccine. You must have heard this. Okay. And there were so many rumors about the vaccination in India. If you put on the vaccine, then you will be this, you will get sick, you will die. So this kind of rumors were there. Okay. And all were actually based upon the religious system. So that is not feasible for the economic development. That is not good for the economic development. Why the people are saying this Hindu, okay, Muslim? So these things are not good for the economic development. Okay, so because of the social structure and the value system in our country, the economic system is quite much affected. Okay, however, in some areas, like in West Bengal, if you see in our hill areas, you can find that this value system and the social structure is quite open. Okay, they are more liberal, you can say. Okay, we are more liberal as compared to the desi people, you can say. But if you go to this Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Haryana, and even if you go to South India, you can find this value system to be very much rigid. Okay. Okay, now finally, uh, we have reached this topic that is called the Indian economy, a mixed economy. In the previous video, I mean the previous chapter, we have already discussed about the this mixed economy. Okay, that is chapter number 5. What is mixed economy? Okay, what is capitalistic economy? What is socialistic economy? So we all know that. So I just want to tell you in brief about the capitalism and the socialism. Okay, or capitalistic economic system or socialistic economic system. Okay, it means the same thing. So capitalistic mode of economy is actually the private mode of economy. Okay, the firms or the companies will be owned by the private companies. Okay, the means of production will be owned by the private companies. Okay, in market economy or capitalism or capitalistic mode of economy. Okay, but in a socialistic mode of economy, the means of production are publicly owned. Okay, that is owned by the government. okay, and are for the use of the general public. But in the case of the capitalism, you can see that the firms are being owned by the private companies and are for the private use. Okay, you must have seen this on notice that, or some kind of board, that private property. Okay, trespassers will be prosecuted, isn't it? So that is basically your capitalism and socialism. Okay, please refer to the video of chapter number 5. You will find that what is capitalism and socialism I have explained in great detail. Anyway, so India is the best example of the mixed economy. Now, why mixed economy? How can we say so? What is mixed economy? Mixed economy is actually the combination of capitalism and socialism. Okay, the best features of capitalism and socialism are put together. Okay, so that is called mixed economy. And India is an economy which is the which is which is the just sorry for that. Okay, so India is the best example of mixed economy. How can we say so? Because Indian economy, it uses the best features of capitalistic mode of economy and the best features of the socialistic mode of economy. Okay, hence we can say that India is a mixed economy. Okay, here in our country, both private companies and the public companies. By public companies, we are actually referred to the government companies. Okay, so both private and public, they work hand in hand. Okay, they work simultaneously for the betterment of this Indian economy. Okay, so to uplift the economic situation of our country, they work together. Okay, so India is the best example of India is the best example of mixed economy. Okay, now you may ask me a question, that why to study Indian economy? Why are we studying this book called Frank Certificate in Economic Applications, written by D.K. Sethi? Why so? Why are we uh, reading this book? Why this economics or economic application is included in our syllabus? Why we have to study this? This subject is so boring, isn't it? You may find this, but no. This subject, economics, is very interesting subject, because as a citizen of India, you must know the functioning of our economy, the functioning of your economy. You are a citizen of India, so you must know the functioning of your economy. If you don't know, being a citizen of India, then how can you say like that? Okay, today uh, the people, they are talking about Modi, who is selling LIC. Okay, Modi is selling LIC. Modi is selling this petroleum. Okay, BPCL, BHPL, etc., etc. It has been sold. Okay, that is the privatization, or you can call it as the disinvestment. So why it is happening? And people are discussing without knowing the basics of economics. So as a citizen of India, you should know this. And to understand how different economic factors or agents affect our economy. So after studying this, you can say that this factor is affecting our Indian economy. So we must focus on this particular area. We need to improve this situation. Okay, so you will be able to identify that which factor or agent is affecting our economy. So what is the main reason behind this? What is the cause of this thing? So you will be able to identify it, okay, after studying the Indian economy or simply economics. Okay, and also to understand the global economy in relation to domestic economy. So how the Indian economy is related to the global economy. So what is the relationship between the global economy, the world economy, and the Indian economy? Okay, so what is the position of the Indian economy in terms of the global economy? Okay, so how far we have reached? Okay, so if you study about this, I mean economy, you will understand. And remember, studying economics is very, very important from the exam perspective of civil service. uh, After graduation, many students, they sit for the civil service examinations like UPSC, WBCS, okay, SSC, and other examinations like IAS, IPS, IFRS, IFS. So in these examinations, economics is one paper, and economics is a major paper, by the way. So please, it's my humble request, understand the subject very well. Okay, read the chapter, entire chapter. Yes, read each and every single line. Okay, you need to feed in your mind with the terms and the concepts of the economics so that you can understand better way. Okay, and watch the videos. If you want PDF, I can send you the PDF also, okay, of different chapters, that whatever I have prepared. Previously I have sent because many students, they had not purchased the books, but by now I believe all of you have purchased the books. So please go through the book, okay, read the chapter, and feel free to ask me questions. Okay, you have not asked me a simple a single question, by the way. So please ask me questions if there is any kind of doubt. Okay,